Transfer bombazzo, bruh. Nico Gonzalez has signed for Man City, bro. Am I overplaying my part, by the way, with sunglasses, hood on? I wore this, by the way, just to have the hood on. And I'm gonna look like this for the entire video. But yes, finally, I did say. Let me turn off this music, it's getting annoying. We're gonna wait until the deadline day to make a midfielder signing. And why did I say we will do that? PR reasons, hype reasons, all of that stuff. And let's be honest, it worked, I'm hooked, but yeah, we waited too long. I'm not gonna pretend we didn't wait too long. Let me not show you guys my Discord DMs either. Or Twitter. We should have gotten this signing much sooner. However, now we have him. Let's talk about him. I have not watched Nico Gonzalez. I'm not gonna lie to you about what I know and don't know about Nico Gonzalez. All I can tell you is what I've seen from stats, what I know of his general profile, what I can expect from him, and how things can go moving forwards. Here is an important thing to know. When you bring in players from Liga Portugal, Eredivisie, Pro League, whatever the Swedish league is called, all these leagues, Österreichische Bundesliga, these leagues have an immense difference in level to the top leagues. So Gonzalez, he is very good looking in Liga Portugal. That doesn't mean he's gonna be great in the Premier League. We need to mindset. We need to code our expectations a bit. This is not Rodri 2.0. He might evolve into Rodri 2.0, but at the moment that he is arriving here, he is not that player. And you see that when you look at his stats. You compare his stats to Rodri, and you see a lot of stuff that is just lacking. But the important things are there. High interception rate, very good. Good passing, good forwards passing, something Rodri brought us, something De Bruyne brings us, if he plays, something Marmoush brings us, but we've only got one person to do it at a time, right? It's only one person at a time, either Marmoush or De Bruyne. Gonzalez can be that second person who brings that. He can control a game. So if you look at the profile, he is lacking some characteristics of Rodri. But as a whole, he is pretty much what Man City was lacking. A physical midfielder with energy. Like, Man City's midfield is not that bad even. We just lacked energy in that midfield. He's gonna bring that together with the physicality and skill set. That is what we needed. Whether it's enough remains to be seen. But I am expecting him to play next to Kovacic in a 4-3-2... 4-2-3-1. I can't count anymore. So 4-2-3-1 is what I'm expecting to see from Man City. It's possible that Nunez inverts or like goes up the pitch and then Foden inverts. We've seen like stuff like that before this season, but that is not really important here. What I am just hoping for here with this Nico Gonzalez guy, and let me take this off. This is a bit over the top, isn't it? What I'm just hoping for is that we can finally get something more comfortable, that we can play games without constantly putting stress on our back four. Our back four is not as bad as results, goals conceded suggests. It's just midfield that has been easily played through. I want to see Nico Gonzalez play a game and Grealish next to him. Oh, Grealish is so bad, blah blah blah. Yeah, Grealish was good in midfield, and then he wasn't against Juventus. Okay. So what? He was the only bad player against Juventus, right? Apparently. No, but our midfield has been tragic all season long. Nico Gonzalez, he's just going to be a defensive midfielder to build a midfield around. Whether we play Grealish or Kovacic or Echeverri, Foden, whoever we play in midfield, I think we always have to make sure that they link up well with Gonzalez and that it's a system to it. I am hoping for Gonzalez here, coming in, he's not gonna play too much with new signings around him. Like, what I mean is, Gonzalez should not be playing with both like Husanov and McFarland and Echeverri all around him. So Husanov should not be behind him and then having someone else ahead of him like Echeverri. Or O'Reilly maybe next to him. That'll be bad. We need to have Gonzalez next to someone who's been at City for a while. So Gonzalez and Kovacic. Gonzalez and Grealish. Gonzalez and Foden. I don't want to see Gonzalez Echeverri. If we're gonna play Echeverri, it should be in the 10. Where, okay, he's gonna be in part of the midfield, but he's not gonna be next to Gonzalez, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. And for the behind Gonzalez, if you're playing Gonzalez, and behind him you put Husanov, that is a bit risky to me. Now, if you put Husanov on right back, and then put someone right behind Gonzalez, that's a bit more familiar with Man City, like Akanji and Guardiol maybe, or Diaz or Stones, that is going to work better in my opinion. And the reason it's important is because communication. It's easier to communicate when both team players know the team's system. It's a bit more difficult if only one player knows the system. If neither of the players knows the system, communication breaks down. So you can't have Gonzalez surrounded by new signings. You're going to have to be making sure that wherever Gonzalez plays, there's not a new signing right behind or next to them. Echeverri in front, sure, that might work. We don't know how good he is. We're probably going to be playing Marmoush as well in front of him. But just make sure that he's not constantly surrounded by new signings. Make sure that he can learn the system. Even if you don't rate Akanji, even if you don't rate Stones, Diaz, well, if you don't rate Diaz, but get it checked. But have someone there that knows the system. That's all I'm asking. Because even if you don't rate them, they know the system. And that is invaluable in a Pep team, which is very systematic. You look at Foden, for example, and Foden is going to start playing a lot more in midfield now, which I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but if it does happen, you're going to want to see Gonzalez play with Foden rather than see Gonzalez play with O'Reilly, rather than Gonzalez play with, I don't know, Silva, who is too old, for example, or Gonzalez play with Echeverri. If Echeverri is again in the 10, as I said earlier, that is fair, but if he's in the 8, now you've got two players who don't really know the system, who are pretty much being asked, control Man City's midfield. Which is like the most important part in the system, and they neither know the system. That won't work. I'm not going to put too much on Nico Gonzalez. I don't know how good he is. I knew he would come. Well, I didn't know he specifically would come. I knew deadline day transfer would come. We have him. Let's see what he does. It's still on Pep to make this team work. He has had opportunities to make this team work, mind you. He's simply not taken them. Hopefully this signing is what Pep needs to really drive us up a bit. I'm not sure what else I can say. I can overlook the entire transfer window. Husanov, Victor Reis, McFarland. Will McFarland even play games? I mean, guys, let's be honest. Will he? If he can play right back. Someone please tell me McFarland can play right back. Because I know he's a left back. But please tell me he can also play right back. Please? Am I asking for too much? Okay, maybe I am. But yeah. We don't know what these other signings are going to bring. Other than Husanov and Marmoush. I'm happy with both Husanov and Marmoush. Thought they should have both played against Arsenal. Only Marmoush ended up playing. Nico Gonzalez will probably play a lot of games. Let's remember to rotate him. Let us remember not to run this guy into the mud. Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, Marmoush, midfield worked against Arsenal. What do you mean it worked? We lost 5-1. Yeah, and it worked. That don't make sense, does it? But here is my thing here. I had a mental breakdown when I saw that midfield. Go back to my watch along. But, to Pep's credit, it worked until we scored that equalizer. We conceded early, that is Akanji's fault. That is a Bozo moment, and that needs to be fixed. But the midfield did work. Until we conceded 4 goals in 25 minutes. 35 minutes, I can't remember. When did we concede the first goal? Or the second goal? 55th minute, something like that? The problem is here, this midfielder gets tired. So we can still play Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, Marmoush against weaker teams. Not play Nico Gonzalez. And then you bring on Grealish after 50, 60 minutes to take off Bernardo Silva. And then you bring on Gonzalez after 70, 80 minutes to take off Kovacic. And then Gonzalez does not have to play full 90s week in, week out. He only has to play full 90s in the tougher games. I'm talking about Bournemouth, about, well, Liverpool, if he's going to be ready for that game. You get what I'm saying? Maybe I'm going off the topic here, but anyhow, we've got a new signing. Let's not get too giddy. Let's just pray to God this works out. Our season is done anyways. Might as well just worry about next season. Get him integrated for the next season. And we'll see you then, I suppose. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.